Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Fred Johnson Show, our sports talk edition and our special NFL picks edition. I'm Fred Johnson, and joining me today, of course, is our one and only sports guy up there in the high roller suite in Reno, Nevada, the one and only Charlie the sports guy. Charlie, how you doing?
Hey, Fred, I'm doing great. You betcha. We got the winners today for tomorrow's games in the NFL. Back to you, right. Fred.
Yes. Now, Fred did pretty good last week. He went,
ass.
What was it, 11?
Yeah, 11-3-1.
11-3-1. We had one push. The Niner game was a push.
Man, if you do that every week, you would make so much money in Vegas.
Crazy Eddie came in. He was pretty close. He was like a 10-4-1. Charlie didn't do as good. I won't put up his numbers.
No, it's pathetic, just like I predicted, pretty much.
But the first game of the season is always a guess. Hey, I was guessing, so I probably
joked
won't
around
do as well
about
this,
it. So
week. Now that I have information on the teams, now I won't do as good.
Got a text from Howard Cosell. He says, I want to say hi. Send me the link. Trying to get together.
Oh, okay.
So I probably will talk about the games and I'll send the link at the same time and see if I can even do it.
All right. I'll see if I can send him a link really quickly.
Yeah, to the Cosell email, I guess there.
Yeah, and so talk about.
We'll start with the first games. Fred was so fantastic last week. If you do that every week, holy mackerel, that'd be a lot of money. If you're even betting $10 in a game, let alone 100 or 1,000. But the first game is New Orleans. New Orleans on the road. And they are a 3-point favorite on the road against Carolina. Both teams won last week. But somehow I think New Orleans was so superior in their game. I'm going to go with New Orleans in that one. What say you, Fred, while you text there or send the email?
I'm sending. There you go. I just sent
Cosell. Yeah, okay.
A link. Yes.
New Orleans -3 on the road.
New Orleans did very well last week. As you know, they won.
Is that a pink shirt, Fred? And a pizza tray that in front of you there?
Yeah. This is my my clipboard.
Okay. Thought it was a pizza tray.
It's one of those things you stick in the microwave.
A lazy Susan.
That's it. It's a lazy Fred. It's a lazy Fred.
So what do you think? New Orleans or Carolina?
Did Carolina won?
Yeah, they won like by 4 points, but it was or less. It was a close game. They
covered. What? I got faith in New Orleans.
2 points.
That kid. Who is that? Teddy Bridgewater, or who is that?
Jameson. Jameson after the booze, but not quite.
Jameson.
I think.
There we go.
I think
I'm going with Jameson.
Right.
Winston.
Winston tastes good like a cigarette should. You betcha. All right, next game is Cleveland.
Oh, so
they're at home.
I'm going with New Orleans. Hold on, I got to write that down. Okay, so Fred.
Fred takes New Orleans.
Charlie.
I take New Orleans. Okay. I'm just abbreviating it like they speak down there, I hope.
All right.
Houston is going to be on the road to Cleveland, who are -13. Cleveland is a Super Bowl contender. They played Kansas City tight for this last week and last season, for that matter. I'm taking Cleveland at -13 at home.
Yeah, that's a lot of points. But I think Cleveland's very angry. They want to prove. See, the Houston was one of my losses last week because they were supposed to be bad, and I think they ended up winning. That was one of your wins, actually.
Who knew?
Yeah, I know. So, yeah. So, oh, it's so hard for me to pull
A lot of points,
a lot of
man.
points for Cleveland to pull off. When's the last time Cleveland beat anybody by 13 points?
Got a point. I think I might have blown chunks by picking Cleveland, but
But you know what? I'm going to go with Cleveland.
all right. I have a chance now.
All right. So you're saying I got a chance. I'm gonna go with you. See,
You can
it's
only
getting in my
say
head
that
now.
about the blonde there, and but no, never mind.
That's a story for another time.
Or any brunette, black hair, I don't care. Anyway, Cincinnati is on the road against my Chicago Bears, where -2 spread has moved a little bit,
Right.
but the Bears are -2.
The Bears are at home, giving up 2 points.
They were so bad in the fourth quarter. That could mean they're out of shape.
Cincinnati did win.
And that's
last
the
week.
opposite of what I was hoping last week, where I thought the Bears would dominate the Rams in the fourth quarter. And obviously, it's the other way around that. I'm going to go with Cincinnati.
Yeah,
I'm
going with
tired
Cincinnati,
of
too.
going with the homer. I'm tired. All right.
But I have a feeling, in a lot of times, these teams that win one week, then they lose the next week. They flip flop, and that was kind of one of the ones I was thinking
The
about.
Bears blow this game at home. That'll set a good tone and a good excuse to put Fields in as starter in the future soon.
All right, so we
Okay.
both go with Cincinnati.
Yeah.
We've both all picked. We both picked New Orleans, both picked Cleveland, both picked Cincy so far.
Okay. How about Las Vegas
Uh-oh.
with Chuck E. Cheese as the
Uh-oh.
coach against the Pittsburgh Steelers?
It's the immaculate reception all over.
Yeah, Pittsburgh's -6.5.
It's a
all the
historic
money.
game. I think we got Howard on the line.
Nearly
here.
all the money is on the dang Steelers in this game. They believe in Big Ben.
Right.
Well, I'm telling you, I'm going to go with Pittsburgh too at -6.5 at home.
Yeah.
See what happens.
You know, I got to go with my home team.
You betcha. You got to love it. Looks like Arnold.
Oh, looks like
first.
Arnold has joined us.
He
That's
must
good.
hear us on the broadcast.
We're making
What's
our picks
happening?
here, Arnold.
Where are
Arnold.
you? What's happening, you guys?
We're in the middle of picking picks.
Picking for
We've,
football tomorrow. Do you
we
have
got-
any picks for tomorrow? Any games? Any teams that you like?
I don't have any games, but I'm excited about all the sports coming back.
Yes.
You should be, Arnold.
What's going on?
Very
All right.
good.
Are you
Okay.
live yet? Are you?
Yeah,
Yes, we
we're
are
live.
right now, recording
Uh,
a show.
We're on the fifth game of 15 now, and the
Okay,
fifth
so
game
What's the
is
next game, Charlie?
Buffalo. Buffalo on the road at -3.5 to Miami.
Miami
Mm.
pulled through last week. And
Yeah.
was the winner for all of us. They beat New Orleans.
Or New England, yeah.
Or, New England. I'm
All
sorry.
right, now Buffalo, I'm going to take them. I believe they're a big playoff contender
Yeah.
and a possible Super Bowl team. So
Yeah.
I'm going with Buffalo.
Me too. And they're angry for losing last week.
Yes,
So.
exactly. All right.
All right, Arnold. Any feelings on Buffalo or Miami? What's your first thought?
Well, like Charlie said, it's going to be a fantastic game. They're both headed for a fantastic postseason, but they both can't win.
Very good. Great insight.
Very
Arnold.
good.
Let me write that down.
Where's my pen? All right. The
What's the next game,
Rams,
Charlie?
LA Rams are on the road against Indianapolis, who blew chunks last week and
Mhm.
failed me. The Rams kicked butt. The Rams are -3.5 on the road.
Yeah,
I am going with the Rams.
me too. Got to go with the Rams. They're looking way better. Arnold, any feelings on the Los Angeles Rams or the Indianapolis Colts?
Well, the Colts are having a great year, but I'm with you both. It's going to be the Rams this week.
Very
Excellent. Hey.
good. All right.
Here's
What's the
the
next
big
game,
one.
Charlie?
The big one is Duffy's San Francisco against Crazy Eddie's Philadelphia. San Francisco's on the road. They're -3.
Yes.
They did not show up in the fourth quarter. Does that mean that they were tired in last week's game? It's -3 San Francisco on the road. I'm going with Philadelphia at home at +3.
Now here's where we differ. I think Philly was lucky to win that game, and I think San Francisco is a way better team. And it's only -3. And I'm going with San Francisco, and Charlie's going with Philly. And what do you think about those two towns there, Arnold? San Francisco versus Philadelphia. You have any feelings on the towns themselves?
Well, they're both great towns. I love Philadelphia. But of course, in the last election, San Francisco did not vote me in. So they're going to have to come up against this game, and I think Philadelphia may pull it off.
Oh,
Fair enough.
You
Fair
should have
enough.
ran in this last recall, Arnold.
That's right.
You probably would have got the vote again.
You could have done better than Caitlin and, well, probably
I'd
Elder.
like to see how many votes all those other stupid people got.
That's a good idea. I know I would have liked to have gone up against Caitlyn Jenner.
Yes. Exactly.
All right.
What's the next game, Charlie?
Is the Denver Broncos on the road at -6 against Jacksonville at home. I'm going to take Denver because they are much better than I thought. And they've got the new quarterback and the coach and all the stuff that Fred mentioned last week.
Right.
So I'm going with Denver.
Yeah, you're right. And I thought Jacksonville was supposed to be way better than they were. But Denver had a better quarterback than I thought they did. But you know what? I'm still going to go, since Jacksonville's at home and 6 points, I think I'm going to go with Jacksonville again. I'm going to give them one more shot. Charlie's going with Denver. I'm going with Jacksonville. Now, Arnold, what do you think of those two teams? Denver, Colorado, and Jacksonville, Florida. What do you think of those cities?
Listen, Fred, Denver's going to do pretty well. I'm getting pretty upset about all of this. They're two tough teams, but they're going to have to come up this weekend. So they better get moving. But I think Denver's got the rough edge this year.
Very good. There's some insight from Arnold.
All right, next game is New England. Yes, that's the tired and old and slow team without Brady.
Right.
They're on the road against the New York Jets, who are, I don't know, not good. All right, New England to -6. I am stupid enough to take New England at -6. There you have it.
Yeah, that's probably a good bet. I mean, we know the Jets stink, and we've obviously realized now Brady was the reason New England won all these years. And, the Jets are one of those teams that always kind of play New England hard. Oh, God, I went against New England last time. I can't do it. I got to go with New England. I'm going to try to bet with my head this time. So we're both going with New England.
Even though we hate Belichick's guts.
So Arnold, what do you think of of New England and the New York Jets? What do you think of those towns? I'm sure you've been to both of them.
Well, they're both fantastic towns, great areas. And of course, New York has been around and they're tough teams all the time. But New England, they've always got a little edge somewhere, maybe in Las Vegas, but they've always got an edge. So you never know.
Yeah, well, there you go.
There you go.
Know. Very good.
Okay, next game. Minnesota, who was disappointing last week against Arizona. Arizona is favored by 3.5. I'm going with Arizona. They won handily last week
Yes.
and are much better than I thought at this stage of
That's
the
right.
season.
You lost. You bet against Arizona and lost, Charlie. I'm the only one that took Arizona. You and Eddie took Tennessee and lost. So I absolutely. In fact, I'm going to make that my what's my big pick?
The fur coat
The
or
fur
the
coat. I'm going to make that my fur coat pick of the week.
Oh, Big Fred!
That's where you go out and buy a fur coat right now, put it on a credit card, and then when you win that game, it'll pay it off. But I don't know, do people buy fur coats now? Maybe not. Maybe I should
not.
call that something else.
We got to change it. That was your thing 22 years ago. We got Atlanta. But
Oh, wait, Arnold, what's your thought on
I'm
Minnesota and
sorry.
Arizona?
Well, I'm going to get out my fur coat and head out to Arizona where it's nice and cool.
There you go.
So they're good teams, but they're running out of water in Arizona, so they're going to play tough and angry. I'm going to go with Arizona.
All right.
Arnold likes to wear his fur coat in Arizona.
Arnold.
Very good.
Make it happen. Atlanta is the next game. They're on the road to Tampa Bay with Tom Brady. Minus 12 and a half for Tampa Bay at home. Oh my God. I don't know what to do. I'm thinking Tampa Bay, Brady, and I'm going,
that's a lot of points.
I'm gonna go with Atlanta. I'm gonna be thinking a little different than last week. So I'm going
that's
with
a lot
Atlanta.
of points. Yeah, well, you know, Matt Ryan, Tom Brady is haunted Matt Ryan his whole life. I think they played like in high school and Tampa, and Tom Brady beat him, and then they went to college and Tom Brady beat him, and now they went, you know, the NFL, and then they had that Super Bowl where Matt Ryan, you know, lost. I mean, Tom Brady's in Matt Ryan's head, like he's just, you know, he can't. You think we hate Tom Brady? There's nobody that hates Tom Brady more than Matt Ryan.
Didn't he like kind of mix it up with Ryan's girlfriend in high school or something?
I'm sure Tom Brady probably stole Matt Ryan's girlfriend at one point. Probably did one of those cockhold things where he like forced Matt Ryan to watch him have sex with his girlfriend. So I think, you know what? I'm going to go with Atlanta too. We're both going with Atlanta.
Yeah, he's bitter. Ryan is bitter. Atlanta is bitter.
I'm right. I can feel the anger of Matt Ryan. So we're both going with Atlanta. Arnold, what do you think of the city of Atlanta and the city of Tampa Bay?
Well, they're both good towns. And of course, you know, Tom Brady, he doesn't have any friends. He's got no money. He's never won anything. He doesn't have, you know, anything going for him. So he's going to be on the ropes and trying to get back into things this year. So I'm going to give him the edge just because he's been lacing around and not getting into shape. But I think now he's got some, you know, umption behind him. And Atlanta, they're always back and forth. So I'm going to go with Tom Brady this week only because he's angry that he hasn't done anything in the last 10 years.
He's doing some push-ups in the hotel, Tom Brady.
Poor Tom Brady. Has that ugly wife and
$250 million. Oh, it's rough, I'll tell you. Tennessee is the next game. They're on the road against Seattle, where Fred happens to be as we speak.
That's right.
Seattle is minus 6.5 at home. I'm taking Seattle in this game.
Yeah, me too. Seattle lost last week. They're mad. They're at home. They're in the, what is it, the 11th man or the House of Pain or whatever they call it.
Yeah, whatever they call it there with the seagulls. Yeah.
It's raining here, so it might be raining tomorrow. So that's a factor.
That might help Tennessee with Henry, but he was bad last week.
Tennessee looked bad. Arnold, what do you think of the cities of Tennessee and Seattle?
I love Tennessee. Fantastic place. I'm going to Nashville soon. I'm going to be doing a new action movie But of course, you know how depressed everyone is in Seattle. You
Yeah.
know, they've got this quiet little stadium out there,
Mhm.
and they're not making any noise. They're not cheering. They're not making anything for their team. So they're going to have a tough time against Tennessee.
There you
Yes.
go.
Okay, very good. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, this is
They're
raining.
party and hardy.
They built that Space Needle thing to jump off of after you've
Mm.
lived here too long.
Take a biff.
All right, what's
Okay.
next, Charlie?
We've got the Dallas Cowboys. They're America's team, but they're not mine. They're on the road against the LA Chargers, who are now good. And the LA Chargers are -3 with Herbert at quarterback. I'm taking the Chargers.
Yeah,
-3.
me too, Charlie. I'm with you. I'm back in the old LA Chargers. The Dallas Cowgirls, you know, who knows? You know, so
The new season of the Dallas cheerleaders, by the way, but that's another
exactly.
story. But
So Arnold, what do you think of the city of Dallas and the LA Chargers? I wasn't going to say the San Diego Chargers, but what do you think there, Arnold?
Well, Dallas is fantastic. If they've got new cheerleaders, I'm heading down there right now. But of course, you know, I love Los Angeles. I live out here. And I think San Diego is kind of coming up this way. So I'm going to root for them.
okay.
Very
And they
good.
still have that grassy knoll in Dallas. So
And I think they are getting new cheerleaders. I don't think they still have the same cheerleaders from the 70s.
not those. No. You got a few that are in charge, but I think they might be from the 80s and one from the 70s.
Right.
Anyway,
Yes, moving on.
Kansas City.
Yes.
Yes, it's more excitement than a Kansas City. You know what, but I won't say it.
Uh-huh.
They're on the road against Baltimore. Kansas City now -3, I think, or something like that.
3.5.
-4. Okay, -3.5. I like Kansas City. Baltimore has way too much injuries right now. They may end up, making the Super Bowl, but not right now. They're not.
Yeah, I thought Baltimore would have lost really badly last week.